Jimbo. How you doing, brother?
A lot better because it's, not scorching hot out, not.
Dude, what a beautiful summer day today was. Absolutely. Yeah. It's not humid. It's not bad. Absolutely. Today, Friday forecast, covering the AFC West, but might have to take a pause on that for a second. Because right now the NFC East is taking over the fucking conversation of everything. So we are going to get to that. We are going to get to our predictions. And since this is the end of our AFC, we're going to give you our division predictions. And then we're going to take a look at actually how our predictions look in a actual playoff seeding format and see if it looks realistic to any of us and what we'll do. But all that and more, ladies and gentlemen, coming up right here on a Friday. Welcome everybody to the Friday forecast. It's your boy King. That's your good friend Jimbo right over there. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're here, if you're watching us, if you're new or not, doesn't matter. Please like, share, and if you are new, this one is only for the newbies. Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. Helps us out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. If you want to help us out a little bit more with the cash money, we have our links for the donation station and our merch store up in the top of the chat and in the description below this very video that you're watching right now, in case you're not watching us live. If you're live, if you're here with us live right now at 4:47 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, not standard. We're not standard yet. But if you're here with us right now live, top of the chat room's open. Come in, say hi, say hello. So how are you doing? Also, go vote for my nephew for being Youth Athlete of the Year. bit.ly/ThomasVote, THOMAS. Forgot how to spell his name for a second. And vote. So bit.ly/ThomasVote. Go give him a vote. You can vote once every 24 hours, or if you donate, you can vote like 5 or 10 or however much you donate is how much more you can vote. So help my nephew out, because he's a great kid. He's a wonderful kid, nice kid, heart of gold, sweetheart. But also when he's on the field, he is fucking Godzilla out there on the gridiron. Love it. So go help him out. Thank you very much. Now, this Friday forecast, we are talking about the AFC West, and this is going to be a fun one. This is going to be a fun one because, looking at how it's going to be fun. I think we're going to have a nice little debate here. We're not going to be first take. We're not going to be Stephen A. and Shannon or something. Nobody's going to be making wild, outrageous takes, I don't think. And nobody's going to be having sex with an OnlyFans models. But we have to start off because last night, actually just a little bit before I went on for the Hall of Fame stream, the Hall of Fame game stream, which was fun, by the way. Thank you for everybody who joined us. And welcome back, Pecan. Good to see you. Who came back? He's not in the chat right now, unfortunately, but whatever.
Yeah, maybe at some point.
He did request Taylor Swift show up on a stream, and who am I to disappoint a fellow Swiftie? Terry McLaurin from the Washington Redskins requested a trade out. He said, "Okay, negotiations have hit a standstill. I don't want to be here. I want to get out." Big news, and of course every team out there is like, come on. I'm trying to manifest him coming to the Giants. That's not going to happen. No, none of the NFC East teams are going to get him. Let's be clear.
Yeah, we got Howie.
Yeah, but you don't have Dan Snyder working there anymore. So, Howie, I think, would have been able to finagle something with Dan Snyder. I don't think he's going to be able to do that with Josh Harris. But, the Steelers fans are out there like, oh, DK Metcalf one side, Terry McLaurin on the other. Oh, my God! So that could be a situation there. So that's still fresh, brand new. We have all that. Then we wake up this morning, hopefully not feeling like P. Diddy, as Kesha once sang about. And, Micah Parsons has said, I don't want to be here. And I'm not making that up like trying to just say like a thing. No, he literally came out and said, I don't want to be here. And I'm going to read that off here in a little bit because it's a great little insight into what's actually happening there in Dallas. And it kind of fits what we've seen anyway with the past behavior with Jerry Jones and kind of how Micah's been. And I brought this up on the show on the live stream last night. I was like, Micah has really been the don't worry about it, I'll get mine. Don't worry about it, I'll get mine. Don't worry about it, I'll get mine. I'm not gonna be that guy, Has done everything as you would expect, as the right way. Dak got paid, CeeDee Lamb got paid, all these other guys got paid, and he stayed in the bag. I was like, it's okay. I'll get mine. And now it's come to his turn to get paid. And all of a sudden, well, why am I going to pay somebody who gets injured so much like that? And it's like, it's a thing. So, but yeah, so Micah came out and said, trade me. I do not want to be, to the point where from the report I saw from Diana Rossini was, it's to the point where he's requesting a trade and cutting all ties with the Cowboys. Like the relationship is that bad that it's a completely closed off situation where he just like a bad relationship, like a bad breakup. It's just like I have to get out of this and cut this off. ELS, great to see you in the chat, brother. Hamster says he missed you last night there, Jimbo. As we all did. That. As we all did. But listen, like I said, like I tried to explain to everybody. Here's the thing, guys. Jimbo works. Jimbo has job. Me, loser, no job. I can do the midweek fucking live streams a lot of times. Jimbo, not so much. It happens. Yeah. What you gotta do? But yeah. Here's the thing. This is the actual statement from Micah Parsons. Let me pull this up here real quick. And of course, this is the dreaded Notes app post on Twitter. You know shit's serious when you got the Notes app post.
Yeah.
Yes, I wanted to be here. I did everything I could to show that I wanted to be a Cowboy and wear that star on my helmet. I wanted to play in front of the best fans of the world and make this America's team once again. The team my pops and I grew up cheering for way up in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Unfortunately, I no longer want to be here. I no longer want to be held to closed-door negotiations without my agent present. I no longer want shots taken at me for getting injured while laying it on the line for the organization, our fans, and our teammates. I no longer want narratives created and spread to the media about me. I had purposely stayed quiet in hopes of getting something done, but since there is confusion out there, let me clear some things up. I had my agent reach out to the Cowboys last offseason after my third year in hopes of getting a deal done early. Unfortunately, the team did not want to start any negotiations at that point. I was okay with that. Didn't complain, focused on the 2024 season. After the season, I told my agent once again to let the team know we were open to negotiate when they met at the Combine. My agent informed me that I should wait for other deals to get done because the price would only go up. And I didn't care. I wanted to secure myself as a Cowboy long term. This was before any of the other pass rusher deals got done. Let me see. I knew I would be leaving money on the table, but again, I was okay with that. Again, radio silence as far as my extension. In March, I met with Mr. Jones to talk about leadership. Somehow, the conversation turned into him talking contracts with me. Yes, I engaged in a little back and forth in regards to what I wanted from my contract. But at no point did I believe this was supposed to be a formal, I'm sorry, I lost my place here. Where it's supposed to be a formal negotiation. It's kind of split up weird. And I informed Mr. Jones afterwards my agent would reach out thinking this would get things done. But when my agent reached out and spoke to Adam, he was told the deal was pretty much already done. My agent, of course, told him that was not the case and also reached out to Stephen Jones. Again, the team decided to go silent. At that point, we decided we would allow the team to reach out to us whenever they decided they wanted to talk. Yet, Still not a call, an email, or a text to my agent about starting a negotiation. Up to today, the team has not had a single conversation with my agent about a contract. Not one demand has been made by my agent about money, years, or anything else. Still, I stayed quiet, but again, after repeated shots at myself and all the narratives, I have made a tough decision. I no longer want to play for the Dallas Cowboys. My trade request has been submitted to Stephen Jones personally. Micah Parsons. My God.
First, I just want to say this. If we were allowed to do it, the Eminem Stan song behind how you were reading that would have been perfect. A little bit of rain, sound in the background, writing the letter out.
Yeah, I do think I have pretty decent narration skills. But I mean, right there just lays it all. And like, here's the thing. It fits with what we've seen from the outside. Yes. Like I said, for the last couple of years, you've seen all these other players on the Cowboys get their contracts, get paid big money, no whammy, stop. And Micah has taken a backseat, and he's had that thing they said, I'm going to stay quiet, there's no deal, I get it, I'll get mine when I get mine, the price is only going to go up, the agent told him, and that's, all right, price is only going to go up, so if you don't get it done now, it's fine, but when it gets done, the price is going to be pretty decent. You can get a long-term deal. He lays it all out there, and it all narratively makes it. There's nothing in there that he wrote that someone's going to look at that and say, "Yeah, that's bullshit. Yeah. That didn't happen." Like, that's so right there. It tells you there's credibility to what he's saying. And on the other side of it, that sounds exactly how Jerry Jones always does it. He always wants to circumvent the agents. He always wants to try to weasel his way around that. He always wants to try to work the whole America's team, take the cut. Don't worry about that. If you play, you might play for a little less, but you got the star of the helmet. You got that, that's, and a lot of that fits the narrative of what we've heard how Jerry Jones operates. Jerry Jones always, the one thing we know is that he loves to not talk to the agent.
Yes.
So what I read from this is Micah was really trying. And even after the bullshit, even after Jerry Jones tried to negotiate with him where he didn't think that was the case of what was going on, so it was kind of a guerrilla negotiation there from Jerry Jones, Micah still was like, I'm not going to come out and trash anybody. I'm not going to say anything. Just now that we know, now that the air is cleared, and I let them know, boy, nobody has negotiated. Nobody's made any demands. We are not close on a contract. I don't know where you're saying that, but now that you know, talk to my agent. Give him a call. He'll give you a call. Like he said, agent called them. Nobody wanted to talk. He's like, all right, fine. When you want to call, agent is there. We'll talk that. Nobody called because that's not how the Cowboys don't like doing business that way, apparently. Yeah. So, and now it's gotten to the point where he's and I can't blame him. Like, this is right now. My opinion is Micah Parsons has gone above and beyond. Not even just like today's athlete, but like even any athlete from 30 years ago, an athlete wouldn't put up with this bullshit.
Yeah.
And he's done everything as us, the common man, the poors, as it were. He's done everything the right way, the way we would see as like, hey, you know what? Yeah, he's not being greedy. He's not like doing it like he didn't hold out 3 years ago for a contract and then 2 years later try to hold out for another contract. He sat back, he waited his turn, and now it's his turn and you're fucking him around.
Yeah.
So I can't blame him for saying, you know what? Done. I'm fucking done. I can't see that. How do you see this?
Um, the phrase that really strikes me that this is real. Like this isn't a negotiation ploy. This is not a
This is not like Myles Garrett last year, which I want to trade. I want to trade out of here. I want to trade. Oh, by the way, I'll just sign another 7-year deal or whatever it was.
the fact that he continually said, "I don't want to be here." Like
He said that like 3 times in that statement. Yeah. Like
and to like reading that notepad thingy that he posted, and then as while I was waiting for you to come on, I had NFL Live on, and Marcus Spears, who's a former Cowboy player, said, "This is how Jerry Jones negotiates. He goes right to the player, doesn't go to the agent."
right.
One of these times, Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones is gonna go to the wrong player, and it's gonna bite them in the ass. And here's the thing, Micah Parsons. Out of all the years that Jerry Jones and the Cowboys have negotiated with players, has there ever been a better player than Micah Parsons? I'll put him over Michael Irvin. I'll put him over Emmitt Smith. Parsons is
Pause.
Parsons.
He's a great player. He's a fantastic player. Do not get me wrong. You don't get to be number 11 on Penn State without being a great player. Abdul Carter, come on, baby. But I don't know if I want to go that far. I do not know if I want to go that far.
My point is, before Micah Parsons, all the other players weren't like real big dogs, and I'll say like the 2000s. Dak Prescott, they just fucked that whole thing up because of Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, everybody else getting the contract.
When he made that contract, or Jerry Jones over that contract today, it feels like a majority of people thought that was a massive overpayment.
Yes.
For Dak Prescott. Like that was like what is Jerry doing? Like that seemed odd.
Yeah.
And then they went and they got CeeDee Lamb. They signed CeeDee Lamb last year, and it's like because CD started doing the holdout and other stuff and blah blah blah. And it's like okay, and they got the deal done, and it was like it's a lot, but that was the thing is like people saw the Dak contract and they saw the CD contract, and it's like, are they gonna have enough for Micah?
Oh, yeah.
Are they gonna do this right? Because Micah, everybody's like he's waiting around. He's not like when Dak got his contract, he didn't say anything. When CD got his contract, he didn't say anything like, oh yeah, where's mine? Where's my contract? Like he didn't say any of that. He's like, listen, I'm glad to see these guys get it. I'm glad to see all this stuff. Like I'll get mine when it's my turn.
Yeah.
And to me, that's the thing. It is now time for his turn, and Jerry's fucking him around and fucking him over, and that's the thing that bothers me, is because, like all of us, as I said before, the poors, when we see these players, like our whole thing is like, oh, they're greedy. And it's millionaires and billionaires fighting over who cares and stuff. And then when you see a player like Micah come out and say and do the things like he does, and you're like, I like that. The guy's doing the way you're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait my turn. I know I'm fantastic. I know I'm great. I know I'm one of the best defensive players in the game right now. And if I continue to go the way I'm going, I'm probably going to be a Hall of Fame player. Like, he's that level of player. And even so, he's like being humble. And he's like, I'll wait my turn. I'll do it the right way. And as people like us, me, even as a Giants fan, I was like, I love that guy. I love Micah Parsons. Even though he's a Cowboy, I love Micah Parsons as a player. So to see him do that and do everything the right way and then get fucked over, like, if you're a player, there is no advantage for you to do things the right way now.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of waiting your turn and doing it when you're going to have, who knows if you're going to have an owner that's going to fuck you over and be like, oh, you waited your turn. That's great. But now, take it or leave it. Like, I'm not going to talk to your agent. Come here. Talk to me. Just I'll try to bamboozle you myself. What?
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. That's the thing that fucking bothers me is for all of us who are like, we would love to see players do things the right way nowadays instead of kind of like the whole holdouts and, trade requests and all this other stuff. Like, we don't want to see that. But for this one, again, Micah didn't hold out. He came to camp when he reported when he was supposed to. That was a big thing. I was like, oh, Micah's in camp. He's doing that. I mean, that tells you everything right there.
Yeah.
The guy showed up. He didn't say anything. He's like, hey, listen, hopefully something gets done. He didn't say anything inflammatory. Meanwhile, at the same time, Jerry's like, why am I going to pay these? Look at these other contracts I made, and these guys get all injured, and he gets injured too. So why am I going to pay another big contract to somebody who's injured all the time? Like, even that was like, what the fuck are you talking about, Jerry?
Yeah.
Like, you're now not only are you shitting the player that you have to negotiate with and get a contract with, but now you're shitting with the players that you already have on there. You already shit on Dak, you shit on CD, and now you shit on Micah all in one fell swoop. What the fuck are you doing, old man?
That's when, like, for me, it started, like, I started to see, you know what, Micah is in the right here. But then even when Stephen Jones came out and said, oh, we're willing to pay him, but he's got to play to get paid. Or like, so he took his shot as well as,
like,
Jerry.
I've never seen, like, and here's the deal. We know I have defended Jerry Jones on this program.
Yes.
For the last 20, I said, like, he's put out and put together good teams on paper over the last 20 years, and for whatever reason, one or another, they just never seem to work out or get to the NFC Championship game, let alone Super Bowl. But I was like, to me, I didn't feel a lot of that was Jerry's fault. I thought he put the pieces on the field, and it just, for some reason, didn't work. But they were good pieces. Those were good teams that the Cowboys had. This is indefensible. You can't, like, this is there's no amount of talking, there's no amount of reasoning, there's no amount of, eating a fucking fully salted egg McMuffin that's going to make this fucking make sense to anybody. Nobody's going to look at this, Cowboy fan or Cowboy hater. There's only two. You either love the Cowboys or you hate them. But nobody's going to look at this and say, I see it from Jerry's point of view. No, that this is a complete and utter failure from top to bottom from Jerry Jones. And as somebody who has defended him in the past, this has no defense to it. So this isn't me just being like, oh, I'm just a Jerry hater. Oh, I hate Jerry. I literally have never come out before and said, like, oh, Jerry Jones is the worst owner or Jerry Jones is a terrible GM. He needs to get out of here. I have defended him on that point. On this, there is no defense whatsoever. And all the anger and all the hatred that he is getting pointed at his way right now is 100% justified from every Cowboys fan out there. Like, it almost makes me want to feel bad for Cowboys fans. That still will never happen. But it almost makes me want to feel bad for him because this is absolute nonsense. And again, to your point, I feel like, unlike with the Terry McLaurin situation, I think if they reach a number, he'll sign back with Washington and they'll be fine. I don't think that there's a way Micah goes back to the Cowboys. Like, I think those bridges have been burned.
I saw just one of a random person on X post, and the way he put it, he must be a Cowboys fan. He goes, "This is great trade request, which means we are going to way overpay Michael Parsons now. he may even get $50 million a year."
But my point with this is, if they could give him $100 million a year. I don't think he's going back to the Cowboys. That's what this feels like.
Yeah.
This feels like kind of like what Diana Rossini said. This is a cut off of all ties, all relationship with the Cowboys. I am done. Trade me, get something for me. If I had no value from the contract, maybe I can be value for you for draft picks or whatever. But get me the fuck out of here, because I'm not gonna play for a team, for an organization that dicked me around for 2.5 years saying, don't worry about it, you'll get yours. And I did the right thing and said, I'll wait because I'll get mine. And then when it came time for me to get mine, you fucked me over. This feels like irreparable damage. Check it in on the chat here. We've had Hamster ELS. If you want to join us in the chat, it's open right now. Come in, join the conversation. ELS says this is more proof that I have that the Cowboys are going to finish last in the NFC East. Hamster is trying his damnedest to manifest Micah Parsons to the Tennessee Titans. The ELS is trying to bring him back down to reality. So again, fun times in the chat. So
let's go, Howie.
Yeah.
I'll say this: I would trade Zach Bond for Micah Parsons. And
Listen,
go for it.
I gotta tell you. When it comes to either Terry McLaurin or Micah Parsons, listen, we just talked about how dumb Jerry Jones is and how bad he's fucked this up.
Yeah.
The only way that he could fuck this up more is if he trades him within the division, whether to the Eagles, Giants, or Washington.
Yeah.
That's the only way he could fuck this up anymore.
I
don't think it's going to happen. Then again, I also thought that they would get the deal done with Micah, and here we are. So
I just thought about this, and this will probably be the last thing about this topic, but I bet you Joe Shane is in his office right now going, come on, Jerry, trade him to Philly or Washington. Trade him to Philly, so that way the Saquon Barkley thing doesn't look so bad about me.
Here's the thing. Like, listen, what if something like that, because that's it. The Giants, they didn't trade Barkley. They just kind of let him go into free agency. Like, if Shane can get Micah for it, what could the Giants even trade? Like, I'm not trading Dexter Lawrence.
Yeah. Well, they're comparing this to the Khalil Mack trade.
I've been seeing that where they got 2 firsts, and listen,
I don't know if it's gonna be that much.
Would I give up several first-round picks for Micah Parsons to put onto that defense that the Giants have? Yes. Yes. And you know what? Just for good measure, I'll throw in Kayvon Thibodeau. You can have him to replace Micah down there in Dallas.
Dallas will be like, no, we'll just take the draft.
Oh, Hamster and ELS fighting in there in the chat, by the way. I love you guys. I really do. You guys are the best. Chat room's fun. Come in if you're watching us. Join, as I said, the conversation. Anyway, this is actually supposed to be about the AFC West, but we had a mini main show here. But yes, let's go ahead. Let us take a look over. Let's jump on over to our vertical here. Pew! Here we are. And there's me and Jimbo on either side of it. Just a big Stay Tuned Sports logo. That's fine for now. But we're going to drop it down, and we're going to see where, or I made it sound like we're on the dance club. We're going to drop it down, Jimbo. Let's drop it down. Drop it like it's hot. Let's take a look at who we have in the AFC West. How we predict the AFC West will end up this season. Let's take a look. No more beating around the bush, as it were. And wow. I told everybody last week, I was like, you're going to want to watch this show. Little did I know all the Micah stuff, but for the AFC, why does it say AFC South? Oh, no. I have that. It's wrong. It's wrong. I got to fix it.
Well, the year is 2045, and they did realignment.
Maybe that's it. It's just a whole realignment. But so there you go. That is, I got to tell you, first and foremost, above anything else, you just hate the Chiefs that much.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So then, if that's not the case, then you have to explain yourself.
Explain yours, and while you're doing that, I'm gonna pull up the schedule.
All right, because I have the schedule up here too. So yeah, I have mine. Hold on 1 second, because I'm doing this, and I got to do this, and I'm doing a whole thing, because little did I know. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, I put the graphics together literally about 5 minutes before we hit the air.
All right. So do you need me to talk?
So I think nope, I got it. I got it fixed.
Okay.
I think, no, I got it wrong now. Sorry. Now it's all screwed up. Hold on. Hold on. Nope. Now it's showing the AFC South with AFC West in it. So it's all just all kinds of screwed up. So yeah, I think I think I screwed it up. So let me see here. Yeah, I've lost it. I've lost the plot. It's gone. I've lost the whole division.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, I lost the whole thing. So I don't even have the graphic up here now. And we're live, so I can't do anything about it. We're live, so I can't do anything about it. Son of a bitch.
Control Z won't.
No, not this one. Not this time. Not this time. I thought I had saved it. Apparently I did not. I didn't save it correctly. So that's a problem. This is what I get. This is what I get for trying to do things all cutesy dootsy. So we might have to do this without graphics, which is going to make this very, very hard to watch. But let me. Now I got to try to pull this up from another area, and I got to try to pull up Jimbo's, and then I got to try to look at it. So, this turned out to be I really Jerry Jones this fucker.
Yeah, see that's what you get.
This is what I get for trying to be. This is what Okay, so we're just gonna have to do this audibly. Sorry about that, folks. It is what it is. I tried to fix one mistake and ended up making a worse one. Jimbo has the Denver Broncos at 12-5, winning the division. He now he has the Chargers at 11-6. He has the Chiefs at 9-8, and the Raiders at 6-11. Raiders and Chiefs missing the playoffs. Jimbo, explain yourself.
All right. So, as far as like their schedule, the 8 losses, I actually have them losing the opener in Brazil. I have the Chargers winning. I have Philly beating them. I have the Ravens beating them, and like as I scroll down to the schedule, it is actually a hard schedule. I have Detroit beating them. Now, when I did the schedule, this was figuring on Scary Terry being in camp and ready to go. I had Washington beating them. My top seed at Houston Texans, I have beaten them.
I still not. Yeah, I just don't get that.
And the Chargers, I have beating them again. So I have the Chargers sweeping them.
You have the Chargers sweeping the Chiefs.
Yes.
All right, I got to see what
Just because I think they're still going to have issues with that offensive line. Yes, they drafted the replacement for the guy they traded that was a starter all last year. But I just think that they're still going to have issues with the offensive line. Patrick Mahomes is not going to be able to sit back there and dance around like he normally does. I think it's going to be a rough sledding with that offensive line. And then as far as the Broncos,
I guess losing Thuney is a big loss, and they have to replace him. I just like, again, here's a team that last year we all looked at and said, boy, they don't look like the regular Chiefs team, but they went 15-1, made it to the Super Bowl. Like, that's crazy to me.
Yeah,
that a team can be that good while looking non-impressive, while having major injuries. You listen to Chad, he says he has the Broncos and Chargers sweeping the Chiefs. Here's the thing. I like the Broncos. I actually like the Broncos, I think, a little bit better than the Chargers, even though in my rankings I have the Chargers in second. My rankings, how I have it, I have the Chiefs winning the division at 14-3, and the Chiefs are the number 1 seed in the AFC playoffs. Then I have the Chargers at 13-4. I have the Broncos at 11-6, and the Raiders at 3-14. And so I have the Chiefs, Chargers, and Broncos all making the playoffs. If we take a look at what I have for the Chiefs here to have this, I have them beating the Chargers in Brazil. Okay. That makes sense. I have them beating the Eagles on Sunday night. That's their opener at Arrowhead.
Of course you do.
And yeah, I mean, it just, and listen, also, to be fair, notoriously, the Eagles start a little slow. Not as slow as the Bengals do, but
Yeah.
the Eagles do start slow. I mean, even look at last year. Like I think we talked about this a little bit, but there were calls for firing Sirianni before the bye week.
Not me.
Yeah, let's go look at the fucking tape. Then I have the Chiefs beating the Giants, clearly. I have them losing to the Ravens at home.
Okay.
In Arrowhead, that makes sense. Beating the Jaguars. I have them losing to the Lions at home, so they have 2 home losses already.
Okay.
So again, I kind of have them like I don't have them as like being super dominant.
Yeah.
Then I have them beating the Raiders at home. I have them beating Washington at home, which is starting to look a little bit more likely if they don't have Terry McLaurin there. I have them going up to Buffalo and winning. That's one of those games that I think can go either way. But again, the Chiefs just seem to be the Bills' bugaboo. Not in the regular season. The regular season, the Bills actually do play them well. It's just what happened in the postseason doesn't happen so much. But I think the Chiefs get that. Then they get a bye. Then I have them beating Denver in Denver. Beating Daniel Jones and the Colts. Beating the Cowboys, which is looking very much more likely. Beating your Houston Texans.
Ooh.
I have them losing the second game with the Chargers. Go Chargers, go! At Arrowhead, so I kind of have that, a little bit flipped. But again, the Chargers' home game is in Brazil, so it's not that great. The fans, the season ticket holders are suing, by the way. Good for them.
Yeah, I saw that.
I have the Chiefs beating the Titans. I have them beating the Broncos again in Week 17 at home, so I have them sweeping the Broncos, and then I have them beating the Raiders again. Like I said, outside of the Bills game, which would then make them 13-4 instead of 14-3, and kind of would put them in a tie with the Chargers. I don't see too much there where I would change. Maybe the Lions game. Maybe they win the Lions game. And again, early on in the season with the Ravens, you never know. The Ravens lost at home to the Raiders last year. Let's not forget that either. So
Yeah.
early season, depending on injuries, a whole bunch of different things can happen. But looking at the schedule, I feel pretty decent about it. The Eagles game, that one could also be a flipper.
I mean, like me, one of the Chargers games, I could feel like that. Like I think both of those games are going to be a real close game, real good game, and especially Week 15, that one's going to be a dogfight. So I mean, even if the Chargers don't sweep them and they split, takes them to 10-8 for me. I just don't think they're beating the Bills.
That's an understandable game. Like that's an understand. Like the Bill, like I said, the Bills game I can understand. The Ravens game, which I have the Ravens winning, but that's another one that you can flip on, and the Eagles game. I think those are coin flip games to me.
Yeah,
those are pick'ems. The rest, like I said, I like the Chargers. I have them splitting with the Chargers, and I like Denver. I really like Denver this year.
Yeah,
I can't emphasize that enough. But again, like it just feels like that Chiefs devil magic always seems to work. Like I think about the kick last year. Broncos can win. All they got to do is hit a field goal. A fair, it was 40 something, so it wasn't a chip shot, but it looked like they could do it, and they end up getting it blocked at the end of the game, lose the game. Like it's snake bitten. It's just like, ooh, can't get it. So it just feels like that to me. Again, just feels like an 11. You know what I mean? It's just I deal a lot of feel. I deal with a lot of feel. Maybe I shouldn't do that when I say I feel a lot. But
okay, Pedro Pascal.
Listen, I have anxiety. Okay. In the chat, Hamster saying, "I'd sue too if I pay for 9 home games, and I'd better get 9 fucking home games." That's right. You tell them, Hamster. Let them know. But you would have what's that? 18 home games because you have 2 teams. You have 2 teams, so you'd have to go to all the Tennessee and by the way, apparently Hamster's going to the opener down there in Atlanta at the Butthole Dome, Falcons versus Buccaneers. So he said he's very sad that he's not going to be able to watch us, but he's going to a game. I was like, dude, shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? He's like, oh, I'm going to miss watching you guys. Like, you're going to be at a game. You can miss us to go to a game.
Too bad Baker's going to light them up.
kind of think so too, a little bit. I didn't want to tell him that in the chat, and I was trying to be nice to everybody.
I have no problem with hamstring.
ELS, he says he doesn't see the Chiefs making the playoffs either. So you got somebody on your side, Jimbo. ELS, he thinks that it's going to go the Broncos winning the division at 12-4, Chargers 10-6, Kansas City under 500 at 7-9. He's got them even worse than you.
Wow.
And the Raiders at 4-12. Listen, I think the Chiefs missing the playoffs and not getting to 10 wins is a bit of a surprise. Going under 500 would be Taylor Swift will break up with Travis if that happens. Like she does not associate with fucking losers. That is not what she does. So
when that happens, we don't want her back either.
You go. Don't you say
stay over there or down there?
Don't you say nothing about my queen. Don't you say nothing about her, especially now, her month of August. How dare you? As we slipping away like a moment in time. Yes, I just did some Taylor Swift lyrics. Got a problem with that? Deal with it. So, yeah, there we go. Unfortunately, I had a graphical representation. I worked on it very hard right before the show happened, and then I immediately fucked it up as we got in here. So, ta-da! Welcome to the show, everybody. Hamster says, yes, both of y'all on drugs. Pretty sure we swept the Bucks with... no, the second game you won, I think it was with Penix. But then again, you also Kirk Cousins also beat the Eagles last year, which is why I tried to say the Eagles start off slow sometimes. So we'll see. I don't know. The Eagles do look good. I hate to say that, but they do look good.
Especially when we get Micah.
Shut the fuck. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Stop.
What would you do? Would you even watch football if that happens?
No, I wouldn't watch any of the Eagles games. You could do the live streams for those. I'm not watching it. I just wouldn't do to see Saquon on one side and then Micah Parsons on the eat shit. Eat shit. That's all I would say. I would just say eat shit. You guys would be the fucking Dodgers. You guys are the Dodgers of the fucking NFL at that point. Eat shit. So there we go. That is our AFC West predictions. I wish I had a better graphic to show you, but I don't. So just listen to the dulcet tones of my voice as I tell you, Jimbo has the Broncos finishing 12-5 and winning the division. He has the Chargers making the playoffs at 11-6. Missing the playoffs, he has the Kansas City Chiefs at 9-8, still above 500, and he has the Raiders at 6-11. I, however, maintain having the Chiefs as the winner of the division at 14-3. I have the Chargers making the playoffs at 13-4, and I also have the Broncos making the playoffs at 11-6. I think the AFC West, unlike 2 years ago when I thought that was going to be the best division in football, and it turned out to be a real fucking stinker. I think this is the year that the AFC West is going to be really good, except for the Raiders, who I have at 3-14. Okay, so now that we've got that, I do have another graphic. Hopefully this one wasn't fucked up. Because now we've done the whole AFC. We've done 4 weeks of the Friday forecast here. We have done all of the AFC, from the AFC East to the North to the South to the West. I wish I had a better rhyme for that, but I don't. So what I want to do here... Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Just real quickly from the chat. And if you want to join the chat, it is open. Join the conversation here. ELS says, directed towards me, here's my evidence for Kansas City missing the playoffs. Because fuck Kansas City. Listen, that's as good enough as feels like an 11. You know what I mean? Like, I can't argue with it. You know, that's good reasoning. That's good. You know, it's good enough for this show. All right, so let's go back to the vertical display here. Fingers crossed this fucking works. We'll see. But since we've done the AFC, let's take a look, if it works, how me and Jimbo have the AFC playoffs looking from a seeding standpoint. Who's in, who's out, what are the matchups going to be, and we'll discuss it from there. Okay, this one looks like it's working. So, on Jimbo's side, his prediction for the AFC playoffs is the Houston Texans get the bye as the number one seed at 15-2. Then he has the Cincinnati Bengals at 14-3, the Denver Broncos at 12-5, the Bills also at 12-5, but apparently they get the 4th spot due to a tiebreaker. Then it's the Ravens at 11-6, the Chargers at the 6th spot also at 11-6, and the Colts with the last playoff spot, the 7th spot at 10-7. So Jimbo's got a bit of an eclectic look there to his playoff look for the AFC and his seeding. King, on the other side, if you take a look, I have the Chiefs in their usual spot. Number 1 spot, 14-3, leading the way in AFC. In the 2nd seed, also kind of in a usual spot, the Buffalo Bills at 13-4. I have the Ravens at 12-5 in the 3 spot. Texans, they get the 4th spot, even with a losing record at 8-9. Then I have in the 5th spot the Chargers at 13-4. The Broncos at 11-6, so a lot of AFC West representation there. And then in the 7th spot, also at 11-6, I have the Cincinnati Bengals. That is how we have our AFC playoff looking through our first 4 weeks here on the Friday forecast. Jimbo, you care to change any of that and make more correct predictions?
Yeah, I want to take your Kansas City Chiefs, maybe drop them down to like the 6th seed.
Dude, I cannot see how you
The
have
only
the
thing I could
Chiefs.
think of why you have them with 14 games is you're thinking Taylor Swift is going to win 7 of those
No,
games
I went
for them.
over the schedule. I told you why. Listen, this has nothing to do with Taylor Swift's nice, firm, yet taut buttocks. This has the fact to do, like, again, where are the... Even if they have a couple losses, they're still going to make the playoffs. This is what I mean. Even if we switch some of the games that I'm iffy on to them losing, it's like they're still making the playoffs with whatever record they have. So that's what I mean is like having them completely out of the playoffs doesn't make sense.
That's what I said. Like, as far as your list goes, I would. They're not a 1 seed. I'd drop them down.
I don't know. The only game
Oh, go ahead.
the only game I could see them possibly losing and flip-flopping with would be the Bills. Personally, on this one, that's the only one I would change. Even the Eagles one, I think they win that Eagles game. I have them losing to the Lions, which is another game you could flip for them if you want. But let's say the only game that we flip is the Bills game. Then then they're not the 1 seed, then they're the 2 seed, and the Bills become the 1. But as we've seen in the past, the Chiefs can go into Buffalo and beat them in the playoffs. So that happens. Because of another wide right. Sorry, Buffalo. Enjoy your cold winters in Orchard Park. We're the Buffalo Bills. No, you're the Orchard. We're the only real team in New York. You don't even play your own home city. So eat shit. I just because they want to. The Giants and Jets, they're not real New York teams. Well, you're not a real Buffalo team, so shut the fuck up. Call yourself the Orchard Park fucking Bills then. Which, by the way, you can go pick up your Orchard Park Football Mafia shirt right now over at the merch store. Link is in the top of the chat and in the description below this video. Never miss a chance to plug. Ugh! Anyway, yeah, like that's what I mean. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. But I'm intrigued by some of the matchups that this does create. If we look over at Jimbo's side again. That means super wild card weekend, even though the NFL stopped calling it that. I will never stop calling it that. You would have the Colts going to Cincinnati. You'd have the Chargers going to Denver. That's a nice AFC West matchup there to start. One, yeah. And then the Ravens going to Buffalo, the Orchard Park, to play the Bills. That's a great matchup. If your prediction comes true, that's the matchup of the weekend.
On paper, it looks like a really good games to watch. We saw what happened last year with the wild card weekend. They were supposed to be really good games, and they were shit. They were boring. That's all.
Were they?
Yeah. Because I remember us talking, we're like,
that's right.
excited.
Listen, the Denver Buffalo game started off exciting, and then the rest of the game happened. I get that, but. But again, just looking at it from just a matchup standpoint.
Yeah.
I mean, Colts, Bengals, Chargers, Broncos, divisional, that looks good. And then Ravens, Bills, let's fucking go. That looks like a great matchup. Meanwhile, I have, if you look over on my side, the matchups would be the Bengals travel up to Orchard Park to play the Bills. Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, that'd be a great fucking matchup. That's great television right there. You have the Broncos traveling to Baltimore to play the Ravens, and then you'd have the Chargers playing a 8-9 Texans team. Ugh. That one would be ugly. That one would not be a fun game to watch. And again, would bring up everybody's point of, just because you win a division, you shouldn't get a home game. Shut the fuck up. I hate that dumb shit. You win a division, you get a home game. That's the point. You don't like it, get rid of division. I have no problem if you just want to get rid of all divisions and just have it one big team soup. That just whoever, 1 through 7, and that's it. And whoever. It should still only be 1 through 6. Me personally thinking that, but whatever. Whatever. Yeah. I'm not the commissioner. I don't make the choices. I don't make the rules as much as I would like to. But yeah. So there you go. That's how we have the AFC divisions. We're done with the AFC now. We just did the AFC West. Sorry for the, graphical fuck up, but what are you going to do? It happens. But at least we have this now. And now we are completed. The AFC playoff picture, according to Jimbo and myself, is completed. Jimbo has the Texans with the bye, and then followed up with the Bengals, Broncos, Bills, Ravens, Chargers, and Colts. Per usual, and maybe this is boring. Maybe the Kings just going chalk. Maybe, but go eat shit. It's my list. I have the Chiefs with the bye, and then I have the Bills, Ravens, Texans, Chargers, Broncos, and Cincinnati Bengals. Ooh, hear them roaring. Did you ever hear the Bengals fight song?
No.
It's fucking weird.
Really?
It's a weird one. Yeah, it has like a weird, like a trumpet's trying to do a roar, like a trombone. I think it's a trombone.
Oh, okay.
And it's trying to like mimic a tiger's roar, but instead it just sounds like a tiger in distress. It's like because it goes like Cincinnati Bengals. It's like, what is wrong with that poor cat? What is wrong with him?
Yeah.
So yeah, there we go. Friday forecast done for the AFC starting next week. With the NFC West, we'll be coming at you, showing you where we think the Rams, the Niners, the Seahawks, and the Arizona Cardinals, my favorite underdog team of all time, see if they can finally put it together this year. Maybe they do. Maybe they do. I don't know. Here's some news. The Cowboys have made a signing.
Ooh.
The Cowboys have agreed to terms with offensive tackle La'e Collins, bringing back the veteran lineman who played from the team from 2015 to 2021.
So less money for Micah to get.
There we go. Just wanted to make sure everybody knew the latest. Also, the D.C. City Council has approved and moved along the stadium site plan for the old RFK Stadium to have the Washington Redskin Commanders, whatever they were going to be, go in. Apparently, if they're not the Redskins, Trump's going to put a kibosh on that, so we'll see. I have no idea. I don't know if he has the power to do that. I don't know if that's what he's going to do, but, we'll see. I'm still going to call them the Redskins no matter what. Whatever the president says, whatever the team says, whatever it is. They're the Redskins to me, baby. That's what they're going to be on here. Call me names and stuff like that, whatever. I'm not doing it because of any political reasons. I'm doing it because it's their fucking name. It's their fucking name. Anyway. Do we have anything coming up this weekend? There's no football until next week, as far as the preseason, when the rest of the preseason starts. Hall of Fame inductions, which I'm not going to watch out of protest because Eli should be there and he's not. So, don't stop.
Next year.
It doesn't matter. The luster is gone. I don't care anymore. He should have been a first ballot.
Actually, speaking of Eli, did you see him have his
What, the WWE moment thing where he's trying to do where SummerSlam is happening this weekend? Oh, that's right. SummerSlam's happening.
Yes.
Maybe
tomorrow night and Sunday.
Maybe we'll do a watch along. I don't know. We'll see. I got to see because I got things to do. So I know I think I still need to get a suit for a wedding that's happening like in 2 weeks. Now, time is a ticking. So we'll see. But that might be something that we jump on here real quick with. Or maybe I'll just do it. I don't fucking know. I'm bored. I'm bored during the day. Yes, SummerSlam is tomorrow and Sunday. It's a 2-day event. They're making it just like WrestleMania. So we'll see. Happening at the big air conditioner there at MetLife. But outside of that, possibilities, anything else going
on? Just stay tuned. I don't want to say yes and then have something happen, but just make sure the notifications are turned on.
See what you did?
Try to. Yeah, see?
Okay.
I want to try to take over the second quarterback spot on Temple. Coach not too happy with me because I'm playing like shit.
Listen, speaking of playing on shit, man, how Kyle Allen has not been cut from the Lions yet after his preseason. I understand it's a Hall of Fame game. I understand it just started, but like I said, when Trey Lance is on one side, actually looking like a decent backup NFL quarterback, and then your guy is throwing some horrendous picks and other balls, just very bad decision making there from Kyle Allen. I'm just telling you. I'm just saying it was not the best. That's what Chip. Oh, that's who Chip said in there. SummerSlam tomorrow. I forgot. Great to see you, Chip. Thanks for joining us here in the chat here at the end. You tuned in for a great one. It was the AFC West show. We talked mostly about Micah Parsons, and I fucked up the graphics. So it's a banner day here at Stay Tuned Sports. But I do want to thank everybody for joining us here on Stay Tuned Sports. If you liked anything that you watched, especially me fucking up a bunch, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you haven't already subscribed to us. Thank you so very much. If you want to help us out at all more tangibly, we have a link for our donation station and our merch store in the description below this video if you're watching this after the show. If you watched all the way through, again, this isn't for the live people. Thank you so much, live people, for being in the chat and watching with us. But if you're watching us after we're live, if you're like, hey, I'm just checking these guys out, I want to see what's up, and you watched all the way through, please type in 23 into the comments and let us know that you've made it all the way through. That helps us out tremendously. Thank you so very much. So I guess with that, we're done. We're over. Yeah. Next week, like I said, NFC West. That is where we'll start our journey for the NFC predictions on the Friday forecast. The countdown, as always, on Tuesdays, and the main show will be coming your way on Wednesday. So until then, I'm your boy King. That is your good friend Jimbo right over there. This has been Stay Tuned Sports. Thank you so much, everybody. Have yourself a great and fantastic first weekend of August.